Hey guys, so I last weekend I saw the entire Dark Knight trilogy. It played as a marathon at my movie theater. I was hyped. It was kind of a last minute thing. I didn't really know about it until like 2 days beforehand. So I was able to get my coworker from work to cover my shifts. Shout out to Andre. So I could see this trilogy. It's been a while since I've seen these movies. Of course, I was a huge fan of them, but I haven't really seen them in full since middle school. And, sometimes when you revisit a movie you like a lot from your past, you end up a little disappointed. For me, I think I liked it even more because I get it more, I guess. So on to the movies themselves. Like this is gonna be three videos: one for Batman Begins, one for The Dark Knight, one for The Dark Knight Rises. Um, Obviously, I guess not exactly sure why they brought these back. Maybe because like Christopher Nolan's kind of having a heyday again after the success of Oppenheimer. Maybe it's because there aren't any more new movies because of the strikes, so AMC is trying to fill up the spots. But for whatever reason, I enjoyed it. Being at the theater for 10 hours, little breaks in between, it was kind of fun. By the time it was the third movie, I was fist bumping the guy behind me, like, yeah, we did this three for three. So, just a good experience. I love going to the movie theater. I own all the DVDs at home, but there's something different about watching it on the big screen with no distractions and stuff like that. No dog barking, no urge to go on your cell phone, no urge to pause it and use the bathroom, stuff like that. Under the movie itself. So Batman Begins came after a little bit of a break for Batman movies after Joel Schumacher kind of destroyed Batman. Tim Burton kind of brought up Batman with, the 89 movie and Batman Returns, and then Joel Schumacher brought it down and exploded it with the horrendous Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. Which, if I'm being honest, yes, they're bad movies, but two, the fun bad movies. So, I get a little bit of a guilty pleasure watching them sometimes. So, Batman Begins being the first movie in almost a decade, and the first one since Batman and Robin, kind of have your expectations like, well, I mean, this evening, if it's not amazing, it's probably going to be better than Batman and Robin, right? But I don't know if anybody was prepared for how great this movie was. For being an origin story, I feel like a lot of origin stories kind of follow the same formula, but this one doesn't. Yeah, like this is a truly great movie. Not just a great superhero movie, not just a great Batman movie, but great cinema altogether. It surpasses that line between, fun superhero flick and great movie. It's way better than Burton movies, way better than the Adam West movie. I know those have those fans. I'm one of those fans too, but it's just a completely different ballpark. Reason I like the Nolan movie so much is because everything in the movie seems so real and kind of realistic. Like, yes, it's a man who dresses up as a bat fighting up against a man who dresses up as a scarecrow. But the way the characters interact, the how much they take it seriously in the universe really gets you to care. As opposed to some of the Marvel movies as of late, like Thor Love and Thunder, where they don't seem to take anything seriously. So why would I care if you don't care? You know what I mean? The characters in this movie, they feel stuff. They're very emotional characters. So that means that you connect with them. Even if you don't relate to exactly what they're going through, you relate to the emotions themselves, which is something I feel like Christopher Nolan has always been good at. You know, do I have short-term memory loss like the guy from Memento? No, but I can relate to what he's going through because of the emotions he feels. I think this has been a constant thing throughout Nolan's career and something I really like about him. So, first off, this movie has a great cast. Like, you have Kristen Bale, Michael Caine, Morgan Freeman, Liam Neeson, Katie Holmes, Killian Murphy, though Killian Murphy wasn't exactly famous at the time, but still. Like, you get a cast of all these people together. Rutger Hauer's in this movie, though I think Rutger Hauer is a little bit underused considering he is such a great actor. But you get a cast together like that for this movie, and it's pretty hard to fail, I guess. I mean, that's not exactly true because there's a lot of movies and TV shows that have big names and really great actors, but still suck anyway. Looking at you, The Irishman. Looking at you, season 8 of Game of Thrones. But Even though there is a huge ensemble cast, the focus is always on Kristen Bale as Batman. And he's great. He is such a good Batman. He's such a good Bruce Wayne. It's very hard to have the line between being a good Batman and a good Bruce Wayne, but he nails both of them. Killian Murphy kind of just shows how versatile of an actor he is in this because he's so creepy in this. Like, I don't really consider Killian Murphy a creepy guy. Like, I don't know, I just consider him such a great actor because of his ability to play all these different characters. Thomas Shelby, Robert Oppenheimer, that guy from Inception whose name I forget, and of course, Dr. Crane, aka the Scarecrow. He is so just kind of menacing and calculating. This, creepy Hannibal Lecter-esque psychologist. Liam Neeson is great. Like, he's imposing, he's authoritative as Ra's al Ghul, and the whole twist that he's actually the real Ra's al Ghul is kind of cool. But like, if you're gonna have Liam Neeson in the movie, you kind of expect him to be a major character. So I don't know how that twist went back then, but now it kind of seems a little bit predictable. But he's still great in the role. Um, I feel like Liam Neeson has a habit of being in a bunch of bad movies, like all the Taken movies or just all the different clones of those movies. I'm the action guy. I gotta save my daughter slash wife slash son slash friend slash neighbor. I gotta fight these terrorists slash other bank robbers slash whatever. So it's very rare to see Liam Neeson in a good movie. Even in Star Wars, like, he did a good performance, but that movie was dog shit. Okay, I don't care what anybody says, but that movie was shit. Um, I think the only movie like that he was in that I've seen that he was really good in and was also a good movie was Schindler's List and Batman Begins. So, I'm not really blaming this on Liam Neeson. It's just more like the roles he chooses to play. Katie Holmes is a great love interest for this movie because while she does have damsel in distress elements, she's a very multi-layered character, and I feel like she grounds Bruce in a way that nobody else in the movie is able to do. She has just a pure innocence about her that kind of contrasts with the rest of Gotham City. The rest of Gotham City is very kind of negative, depressing, and pessimistic. While she is this shining light of optimism. I wish she returned for The Dark Knight, but I thought Maggie Gyllenhaal did a good job as well. So I do prefer Katie Holmes a little bit. Maybe just because I saw her first. I don't know. Michael Caine as Alfred is always a good time. He's such a great actor. Every scene he has with Bruce is so emotional and like adds this core to the movie. Um, that although Bruce did lose his parents, he still has a father figure in his life, and I think that's very important. They have this very strong emotional bond, and it's written perfectly, acted perfectly by two fantastic actors. So obviously, Michael Caine's perfect casting. I think his Alfred gets better and better as it goes on, which is hard to say because, like, in the first movie, he's already great. Gary Oldman is really good as Jim Gordon. He is by far my favorite Jim Gordon. Same how Michael Caine is my favorite Alfred. Like, no offense to the other Gordons out there. I do like the Gotham Gordon. I do like the Gotham Alfred, but these to me are the definitive versions of the characters. I feel like he's much more layered and complex as than Ben McKenzie's Gordon. Like, I don't know if that's just because um, I don't know if that's just because Gary Oldman's a better actor or just the writing makes him a lot more soft. But that softness is extremely welcome. It's nice that Batman has an ally on the GCPD when nobody else on the GCPD wants anything to do with him. Jim Gordon kind of goes out on a hunch and trusts him, and you see that like he is probably one of the only good cops in the city. Even when Bruce was a kid and his parents got murdered, Gordon was the only one to comfort him as a child, which is a very sweet scene and shows how good of a character he is. If I do have anything to say though, I feel like Gary Oldman's accent isn't the best. It's a little too nasally. It gets better as the series goes on. Like in a third movie, he kind of just gets rid of that nasaliness altogether, and he sounds a lot better. But in this one and the second one, he's very He's very nasally. He talks like this. This is how an American speaks, according to British people. Tom Wilkinson does the same thing in this movie, and it's just something that I don't like that much. Like you look at actors like Hugh Laurie and Kate Winslet who do just such great American accents, especially Kate Winslet, but that's a video for another time. So while this is a very emotionally grounded movie, kind of slow paced compared to a lot of action movies, there is a lot of action in this movie. There's all the training sequences at the beginning, which I like how that kind of takes up most of the first hour of the movie, because it's called Batman Begins for a reason. See Batman kind of forming into himself with all the early missions, how he kind of messes up sometimes and later gets it. It's not perfect right away, which is what I'm saying. The great car chase sequence in this movie. All of them, all these three movies have a great car chase. This one has a good one too. The whole like edge of the seat finale, the fight with the burning house, between him and Liam Neeson, and Scarecrow getting poisoned by his own medicine. It's just a great ending to the movie. Great villains, Cillian Murphy especially. Love you, man. Great story, great cast, great action, just great characters. It's just a good movie. I feel like I'm saying the word great a lot, but you know, uh, it deserves it. I feel like people often overlook Batman Begins because of how popular Dark Knight is, and I suggest that nobody should ever skip this movie because of its importance on the later two movies. I just feel like it's often overlooked compared to the other one, and it's kind of a shame, but they brought it back to theaters, so what do I know? People still like this movie. So let me know what you guys thought of Batman Begins down in the comments below, and I'll be talking to you guys next time. Peace.